Name as many famous butlers as you can.
Jeeves.
Jeeves. Jeeves was not a butler.
Was he not a butler? Was he a man?
He was a valet. He was a gentleman's personal gentleman.
Sorry.
What about Hudson from Upstairs,
Hudson
Downstairs?
would certainly count, yes, absolutely. A butler has to be head of a household. A valet is a personal attendant, a gentleman's personal gentleman. Oh, Christ.
I mean, you got away with this, didn't you, really? Because you were quite young to play the role.
Yes, I was young.
I mean, you in particular, because he was quite a bit older, isn't he?
Well, in Carry On Jeeves, which is the very first appearance of Jeeves in Woodhouse, a darkish, youngish chap stood in the doorway. Is the only physical description you get of Jeeves. But as Bertie Wooster said of him, although he is not a butler, if it comes down to it, he can buttle with the best of them. But a butler was literally a bottler, looked after the cellar.
John Gielgud in Arthur.
Yes, he played. Well, was he a butler or was he a valet? A man, my man. You know, they used to say, my man. The 5th Duke of Portland was so relied on his valet that when the doctor visited, the doctor would stand outside the room, the valet would do the rummaging around and call out what he saw. I'm just inserting my finger into his grace now. I would say it's a sort of yellowy blue colour. The doctor would say, that's a very bad sign or a very good sign.
All 5 of his grace's testicles are in order.
It is a most bizarre thing. Many years ago, I was asked, as I'm sure you've been asked, to address the Oxford Union.
They have asked me, but I always imagine that they just ask me along just so they can go...
No! They would love you! They'd also just...
We have an entertainment! Ask him something! We've got
someone from
He doesn't know!
Take my cloak!
No. I went, and I remember this quite... even for Oxford, astonishing young man in a wing collar who was wearing an extraordinary manner and whose name was Jacob Rees-Mogg, and he was the son of William Rees-Mogg, who had, for a time, been the editor of
he's
Times.
an MP now, isn't
and he's now an MP, and he's... we may have a picture of him. There he is. You're never going to mistake him for an Essex chav, are you? Surprisingly...
River dancing.
Tall, isn't he? He's bigger than the houses.
He is very tall. Maybe a parallax effect, I'm not sure. But anyway, he was infuriated when leafleting the streets of Central Fife, but the fact that he was mocked because he was assisted by his nanny. What was so extraordinary was his response. His response was, well, I do wish you wouldn't keep going on about my nanny. If I had a valet, you'd think it was perfectly normal.
Man of the people.
I've had a tweet relationship with Jacob Rees-Mogg.
Is he a Twitter friend?
Well, I think I don't know if it's actually him, but he quotes to me Anglican psalms.
That's very like him.
I can't think there would be anyone who wasn't him who would want to do that.
It does seem a very strange pastime, I have to say.
He's stopped talking to me now, though, but he did for a while.
He's very busy running the country with his nanny and his valet.
Well, I think the was doing the
Mary
tweeting
Poppins and Jeeves are helping him out. That's all we need to worry about. Thank goodness. All is well in the world of Jacob Rees-Mogg, and I'm sure he's a lovely man. Anyway, Jeeves was a valet, not a butler.